Gettel Stadium Toyota presents the 2024 Toyota Crown Limited in heavy metal. And this gets leather interior because the Limited is the sweet spot because you can option features similar to the Platinum. So the 19-inch wheels that come standard, you can option a 21-inch, 10-spoke. You will not be able to option the adaptive variable suspension and the over 100 horsepower more engine, unfortunately, but you can also get the two-tone style on the exterior, which makes it look a lot more performance driven. Borrowing the lights from Lexus, quad LED headlights and daytime runnings that integrate into the light bar that goes into the oversized grille with the grille pattern that brushes into the air pocket with the satin aluminum that's going to wrap around it, and over 5 inches of clearance. The difference between this and the Camry is when you're driving it, the actual seats are a little bit more on pedestal, so it gives you maybe an inch or so more, making it feel like a compact SUV instead of a sedan. Underneath the hood houses 2.5 liter inline 4-cylinder hybrid with a combined of 236 horsepower and 163 pound-feet of torque, paired to an eCVT transmission, which when you go into the Platinum, that's going to change to a 2.4 hybrid max. And you're going to be getting a lot more horsepower and torque with the adaptive variable suspension, but here you're still getting the independent McPherson front strut suspension and a multi-link rear suspension. So what I like about the Limited is you don't have to spend the extra dough in which you're going to lose MPGs, because here you're getting 42 MPGs for the city and 41 MPGs for the highway, opposed to 29 and 30 MPGs. Yes, the 0 to 60 is almost 2 seconds faster. But when I'm thinking a hybrid variant with luxury, the first thing that comes into mind is the Limited, because the XLE is not going to be able to option the same features that you can get on this tier. All of the Crowns will have the same brakes, standard all-wheel drive, LED taillights, and a more futuristic rear with the grille pattern above the Crown print, front and rear parking sensors, and we get a reverse camera with trajectory. When you go into the XLE, the lines will not expand. In the Platinum tier, you can get a 360-degree reverse camera with the bird's eye view. Quick release going into 15.2 cubic feet of storage. Underneath the floor, it's a spare tire, and you can split fold the rear bench in the back at a 40-60 split. That's going to increase the cargo to the Crown. You'll have about a 2 to 4 inch lip. We need to go inside, start it up so you can hear that exhaust note. Standard 8-way power seat adjustment. Limited gets the leather, heated, ventilated seats, memory for the driver. Headroom and leg room. The Crown is going to be wide, driver-focused setup, satin aluminum that's going to brush around the vents and go down through the center with one button for the 12.3 infotainment. It is touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, AM, FM, streaming Bluetooth audio. Put it into reverse, and we have a reverse camera with trajectory. It's not going to cover up the whole screen. 11 speakers, JBL sound system. Standard is a 6-speaker on the XLE. I like the pattern that goes into the more driver-focused setup with a 12.3 digital gauge cluster, no more 4.2 TFT display, and it can go through an array of information. And you can change the driving modes. Dual climate control settings, QI wireless charger, and the key fob for the Toyota Crown. USB ports, gloss black elements going to surround the gear lever that's derived out of the Lexus. Soft to touch with a his or her or passenger driver side, can be opened either way. Leather wrap steering wheel, multi-function. It is heated with adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist. And the door panel and the dashboard configure in together. So it has a more sporty drive and it's going to be soft to touch where it needs to be. One touch up and down for all the windows, and a smaller storage pocket with a beverage holder carved out, and a pano moonroof with an auto dimming rear view mirror. For the back seat's headroom, it's actually carved out, so that's why my hand is moving this way. As you can see, leg space, more than enough, with storage behind both of the front seats, USB ports, air vents, cup holders, and an armrest in the center. The door is going to get the JBL sound system. It's going to be soft to touch where it needs to be. Heated seat switch is going to be right here. With a beverage holder carved out, the floor isn't completely flat, sliding over. You're going to be sharing some feet space, but it's not a substantial amount. Butt and shoulder space will not really be compromised because of the width of the vehicle, but headroom is going to be a little tight unless I sit up like this, or if I slide down to sit like this where it's more meant for me because I'm over 6 foot tall, but then leg space will start becoming compromised. The Toyota Crown, introduced last year, more of a refined driving vehicle when you're comparing it against the Avalon that it replaced. 104 horsepower difference between the Platinum, Limited, and XLE, because the Limited and XLE will get the same power option, the inline 4-cylinder with 236 horsepower. With these hybrids, the nice thing about Toyota is it fluxes between the two, so it's still a quiet and composed ride, and then when you mash on the gas, it'll liven up, as you're noticing. Getting in and out, not an issue because the steering is light. Doesn't feel that wide, but you do sit up because it's going to feel like a compact SUV. So when you're thinking, I don't know if I should go sedan because I want a sporty SUV, you can do the Crown and you'll have that same essence in the drive because the way they have set the seat inside here, which is a huge difference from the Camry. And you're getting all the updated technology with Hey Toyota, 2 12.3 digital readers, so it is a lot more refined. You're getting a lot of Lexus components inside for a fraction of the price, and you're still getting optimal MPGs with performance. It's not going to be the fastest, that would go to the Platinum tier, but when you're thinking hybrid, you typically don't think a sports car. You're thinking, I'm going to get optimal fuel. I'm going to have a smooth ride with the suspension layout. Not going to feel any of the imperfections. With these 19-inch wheels, you just glide over everything. Even optioning the 21-inch wheels, because I've reviewed them as well, it's still a smooth drive. The interior, Toyota also throws in some of the most soft materials for the Crown. So I like that because on the long journey, you're resting, you got it set for a cruise, it's going about 0.2 to 0.3 miles without you being too engaged, or you can do some configurations to just be careful with the way you handle the vehicle. You can just glide over anything and relax. The windscreen is also more sleek, which makes it a little bit more sporty. The back seat, I like that they carved out the headroom because it kind of forces you to sit and relax. The his and her in the center also makes it a little bit more optimal because now the passenger doesn't have to go onto the driver's side to open up the center box. Standard all-wheel drive, a 0 to 60, Toyota's claiming around 7.6 seconds. Turn radius is about 2 and a part lane. Let's see how it is. And it has a throaty exhaust that filters in. It doesn't have a drone note, which some people might be concerned because it's a inline 4-cylinder hybrid. It actually drives smooth with a little bit of performance. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to stop by Gettel Stadium Toyota to check out their new and pre-owned selection.